What's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. And it is Friday. Hope everybody has had a fantastic week so far. Yeah, there's been a lot going on in the news this week. Well, some interesting things. You know, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. It's some pretty fun stuff. Starting off to a bad start here. I already swore. So anyway, pull up a drink, grab a chair, and have a seat with us. See what's going on.
All right, I'm gonna take the reins back here. Holy shit! We're already.
I think this is my first time.
All right. Okay. So there was a letter that was sent out from Bell. For anyone that doesn't know, Bell is the telecommunications giant out of, I believe it was actually out of Ontario. And they're basically telling their unvaccinated people to, you made your decision. Fine. You're not going to be allowed to work here, but we're going to keep you on the payroll until you have a change of heart. But I don't know. We're going to talk about the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing a little bit. I don't know. It's Friday. You know, I'm taking it easy. I'm taking it easy. I got my cigar here. I got some scotch.
Mine's not scotch.
We're going to take it easy today. So of course, I'm over here. Look at me. I am your captain now. Of course, we are on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify. You know, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Rumble, hit the Rumble button. Give us a follow. You know, all that kind of stuff. If you're on the audio, if you're of the audio variety, leave us a review. I think that's really it. Yeah.
I would like to know, leave in the comment section below, what are you guys drinking while listening to this podcast? Could be coffee, could be water, boring, or it could be some scotch.
That's normally what are you drinking means. Not, you're only allowed to enter if it's what I approve of.
No, I'm not a leftist. I am drinking some Malibu coconut rum mixed with some blue raspberry Kool-Aid. It's freaking delicious.
I'm going the route of, is it Amber Heard? No, Megan Fox. And no, sorry, it was Frosk. For anyone that doesn't know, Frosk is a bit of a weirdo who wants to drink Megan Fox's blood any time of the month. I'm going that route. That's what I'm about today.
Well, I think her and Machine Gun Kelly had some sort of blood ritual thing.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's pretty fucked up.
Right? That's some like Marilyn Manson shit.
I don't know. I don't even know if it'd be Marilyn. That's more like Children of the Corn. Marilyn Manson was just shocky just to be shocky. He wasn't like...
Oh, yeah, he was forked up. I think there was something with him and Rose McGowan. Or was it... Yeah, I think it was him and Rose McGowan. I think they did some blood thing. I don't remember. No. I am totally wrong. I am thinking of Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. She used to, I think, wear a vial around her neck with his blood in it.
Ew. Why?
I could be wrong.
Would you do that?
Of your blood? Yeah, if I was a vampire.
Well, it's not a break glass in case of emergency.
I don't know. I'm about 90% sure it was Angelina and Billy Bob Thornton. If anybody else has heard this and I'm just wrong on the celebrity of who it was, leave it in the comments in the bottom or section below. You know, leave me a comment, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Messed up. All right, let's look at this first thing. So this is the only actual article that we have pulled up, but because with the Johnny Depp thing, it's weird. You know, if you paint Johnny Depp in a positive light, oddly enough, stuff goes missing. But if you paint Amber Heard in a positive light, surprise, surprise, it's not removed. How weird.
Weird. I'm so shocked at things like this happening in our society today. So shocked.
Right. So let's look at. So this was a letter that was leaked out from Bell, and it says, "So dear fucking idiot, this notice is to inform you that we have extended your unpaid leave of absence for an undetermined duration. To reinstate employment, you are expected to apply with the company's vaccination policy. Its vaccination policy now contains 2 additional COVID-19 vaccines recognized by Health Canada. Medicago, and Novavax, which provide other options to be safely vaccinated. You can find more information on these vaccines and their accessibility on the Government of Canada's website at Canada, whatever, fuck yourself. If you become fully vaccinated during your extended leave of absence, please provide the company with your proof of vaccination by sending an email to oh, well, you know what?
That face, though.
Please send your proof of vaccination status to vaccine underscore verification dot VIN at bell.ca. You don't want to inundate them with emails. So this is only for Bell MTS employees only. Do not, and I can only stress this, do not email them. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
To become fully vaccinated, discretion will determine when you will be permitted to when you will be remitted. Fuck, dude. English. Fucking old retard eyes.
Are you sure it's the eyes?
In its sole discretion will determine when you will be permitted to return to work. Oh, that's so nice of them. We choose when you get to come for us after what?
You were starting to get a little too far from your mouth.
How? This thing any fucking closer.
See, okay, he's home, and he's not normally here when we do these podcasts. So he's like right next to me, and so he had to turn the gate on his mic like way up, so it wasn't picking me up, and you guys weren't hearing me twice because that's just annoying.
But so isn't that messed up? You, I'm looking. You, fuckface. You, yeah. Isn't it messed up? Isn't that kind of weird? Because we didn't do this for flu shots, and you're seeing that there are a lot of more people that are vaccinated are actually showing complications than. But no, it's really this massive company that has, to be fair, Bell has some of the shittiest service I think I've seen this side of the Mississippi. However, whatever that means, but their service sucks. Oh, you have a question with something? Oh, is it between regular old? I have an easier time contacting my bank than contacting fucking Bell. That's where this company is. 9 to 4. I don't even think it's 9 to 5. I think it's 8 to 4. Is their business hours?
Sounds about right.
Only reason we're signed up with them, Monopoly. They're the only gig in town.
Unfortunately.
What? Ridiculous. All right, your benefits and other working conditions while on extended leave remain the same as those listed with your most recent unpaid leave letter, except for your current medical care benefits coverage, which will only be maintained if you pay the full premiums. So beyond 90 calendar days from the beginning of the unpaid leave. In the coming days, you will receive instructions regarding the retrieval for the duration of your unpaid leave of Bell corporate assets you currently have in your possession. So, they're basically saying, you know what, if you don't want to come in, then you know what, just give us all your stuff back, and you go find somewhere else. Go find somewhere else to work. That's what these big companies are doing.
What I don't understand is with everything that has been, I guess, taking part lately and the mandates being lifted, other than people who work federal government, which I feel super bad for them. I know people who work in the federal government that are still out of work because they still require the vaccines, which is bullshit to me. But anyway, um, who the hell is Bell? Like, Bell is just a freaking company. Like, they're not government. So how are they making these choices when the government, provincial government, has said that the mandates are lifted? How are they making those decisions?
Yeah, they're not a federally, like, this is one thing. So like when I have to cross from the border, I've had some border agents say, like, you need to put a mask on and all this stuff. And all I've thought is, but that's for federal employees. I'm not a federal employee. That's for you. There was a chick, she was wearing a mask and gloves. Like, holy shit, what are you ready to do? Open heart surgery? What's going on here? You gonna give me a prostate exam?
I was going to say maybe it's a rectal exam.
Yeah. I know it's that. Yeah.
I know, right? She saw you and was like, oh yeah, he's into this shit.
Well, so are you, literally.
Oh my God. That was horrifying.
Okay. We wish to remind you of your ongoing obligations to continue. Sorry, I had a fluff from my microphone. To continue adhering to Bell's Business Code of Conduct and other Bell policies. That's kind of funny. Oh, they're saying, you're gonna make your own medical decision. Well, you know what? Then you don't work here. Oh, but you still have to adhere to our policies. Like you're on unpaid leave. Like you're basically screwing yourself. But you might as well give all your stuff back because we don't trust that you're not coming back. Come on, it's been a year and a half. You're not, no. But you better not talk shit about shitty Bell. Better not.
Too late.
Well, Bell has been quite the company for many years. And, well, I should say MTS, which is the Manitoba Telecommunications Service, which was Crown Corporation, and then they kind of Bell, and now they're, I don't know, I liked Shaw. I was always a big fan. I liked Shaw. They didn't give you grief. They weren't shitty like this. And I think Shaw is actually, like, in general, is a better company, a better Bell. Bell is like what everyone thinks in the States, like Comcast, how they just, oh, you want to go somewhere else? You can't. We own you. It's that kind of thing. But anyways.
Well, yeah, and if you live in the country and you didn't get Big Daddy Elon's satellite in the sky, then yeah.
Which we do.
We got freaking LMTS. Shit.
Yeah, all right. So let's move. This is just a kind of little interesting thing. They do have a contact number. If you do want to dispute this, or if there's something that you want to talk about. Oh, all right. Let's move on to I don't really have much. It was just more of a. Can you believe, like, this is what these companies are doing? Like, you see in the States and in Canada that there are a lot of companies that are being sued for this, and the government is saying, "Oh, well, you're immune from any complication." I don't think that's how that works. Like, even there were people that were coming back and I can't remember the minister of small dick energy, I think is what his title.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
But he was saying that
This has a cigar.
no, on the side of it looked like the black sun, the black Nazi sun.
Oh.
But it's not. But he
You
was
racist
saying,
son
"Oh
of a
well, no,
bitch."
companies aren't actually being held, like they can be sued. It was just a suggestion." It's weird how all of this stuff gets walked back. Well, it's just a suggestion. We're just, we'll put you out of work and we'll force you, into your home that you're not allowed to do anything. But when the government finally gets taken down, like, hey, this needs to end. Like the whole emergency thing, the government big spin is, oh, well, we're going to be transparent. We said that we were going to be transparent. And everyone's saying, you have to. It's the law. That's like if you were driving your car and you put your turn signal on and waited for someone to come cross traffic and then you let them go, then you go. And you go, look, see, I always do the right thing. It's like, no, that's what you're supposed to do. How you're gonna give yourself, you're gonna self-flatulate. Flatulate is farting. Self-fallate.
Sounds more accurate. It's definitely not
You're gonna suck your own weenie. To tell everyone, look, we always said that we were going to be truthful and transparent. Well, yeah, first you're supposed to, but then who's the person that's heading this investigation? A liberal judge. A literal liberal judge.
I don't.
Partisan politics, baby. It's
I feel like if you're going to be a judge, you shouldn't have a side. Like you shouldn't be conservative or liberal. You should just be completely impartial.
I could see the argument for that. Yeah, like if you following the law, but that's the thing. Like we're so polarized. It's such a party lines in the partisanship. I think makes it really hard. Because you want someone that, of course, you want your friend to give you kickbacks and you want him to be or her to be hard on your opponents to show that, yeah, I am holding up the letter of the law. That's crony government. Like, that's just how these losers play.
I don't, like, no. Like if, no. That's my big brain for you. No. I mean, I think like even when you're at a job, whether you're a police officer or you work, I don't know, at a pet store, whatever, anywhere, there are certain rules if you are expecting from people that employees themselves should be upholden to. So if you're working in a pet store and you're working with, animals who are in shelters and stuff like that, and you are a person who then abuses animals. Well,
yeah.
No. Like for one, goodbye job. Like
yeah, no, you abuse your position.
100%. And whatever kind of rules that they have for certain like if you're a police officer and you have certain rules for people, well, you also have to follow those rules.
He's so strong. He's so strong.
Well, it's even okay. Drivers, like professional drivers. Okay, so you're a professional driver. It's against the law for other people to be drinking and driving. Can professional drivers drink and drive and get away with it? No. And in most cases,
in fact, it's worse. It's more strict.
So I was just going to say, in most cases, in certain jobs that you're in, whether you're a truck driver, whether you're working in some sort of automobile insurance, cops, stuff like that.
Not cops. Well, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be, but
yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be. Everyone in Winnipeg knows of the accident that took place on the perimeter and at Pipeline, where that cop blew through that fucking the lights and killed that woman. And what did he get? Oh, he got probation. A cop got probation for being drunk, blew through a street light and killed a chick.
Didn't he take off too? Wasn't it a hit and run or no? I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
It's happened a few times. It happened a few times where cops have done this. But that's the thing. This erodes people's confidence in systems when you see the laws being applied to one side and is not being applied to the other. When you see, put it for anything. When you see that if men are being disproportionately punished by a crime than compared to women, yeah, we now see, hey, there's an unfair application of the law. That's not okay. And I was seeing some people were talking about, like male privilege and those types of things. Like, no, like if you want to, if like, we're going to touch on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, is you seen what happened to Johnny Depp? You seen he paid her $7 million out of court, just to, shut up and go away. While he was being tormented, while he was being abused over and over, and all the
I think
what?
saying the quote that you just said there to essentially tell her shut up and go away. I don't think that's right wording, because you make it sound like it was some sort of hush money, but it wasn't. It was just, okay, let's just keep this out of the course. You want a divorce? Fine. Here's your settlement. Let's get on with our lives.
Yeah. So you take your sediment, you take your sand, and fuck off.
I said settlement.
Oh, I heard sediment.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
But so you see these privileges. You see that. When me and my ex had split, even though, so I don't need to get into the particulars, but she dropped the kids off at my door and disappeared. Just gone. Not like, hey, can we sit down and talk, or I'm whatever and anything. No, I can't do this. Dropped them off at my door and disappeared for like 3 years. And then trying to get money from her, like, hey, the kids need jackets, the kid needs clothes. This wasn't going to me. I wasn't funneling my drug addiction. But it was funny when she had the kids, I didn't get anything. I was giving her like $800 a month. And they didn't get new jackets. They didn't get new boots, new hats. They had old jackets that were busted and the zipper was all fucked up. Like, it didn't work.
Well, no, she was too busy spending it on her addictions and getting her nails done, her hair done, whatever else. Like, she was spending all the money on herself.
She looked good. The kids were all fucked up.
Yeah.
So that, but so, we're while we're at court, she's saying, yes, I don't want, like, I can't. Yes, I dropped him off at his door and blah, blah, blah. The judge was fighting with me. Judge was fighting with me to, well, do you think that maybe there's something that you could have done in order to help this? Like, she fucking dropped them off at my doorstep and fucked off and went and did coke or whatever the fuck she decided to do. It was a fucking fight with the judge. You want to talk about fucking male privilege? With a deadbeat parent, did nothing. They were malnourished. They didn't have clothes. And I was the fucking asshole. That's how the judge looked at me. Even though I worked. And you know what? And the one thing I was listening to, was it Louder with Crowder? They were talking about, like, with male privilege. Maybe what kind of spurred this on was most men want to take care of their kids. Like, hey, if that money could go directly into, I'll buy them jackets, I'll buy them boots, I'll buy them food, I'll buy their backpack, school supplies, whatever. Rather than I give the money to you, and then what?
Well, I think in situations, yes, it was a Louder with Crowder episode, because I remember hearing that, and 100% I agreed with that. Because I think there are certain situations, and unfortunately, like, you lived through one of those situations, mind you. She did not have them very long before she said bye. But anyway.
Thankfully, yeah. It was
thankfully
only
for the
few
kids,
months,
100%. But the thing is, in that there are a lot of situations where you have one parent who's not a very good parent, and the other parent is paying that child support to the kid for the kids, and the spouse is using it then in turn for whatever they decide that they're going to use it for.
Had to go get her nails done, had to go get makeup, go get her hair done. She got a nice new jacket, a new outfit, new boots. The kids were wearing, like, no joke, her youngest was wearing flood pants. Like, they were like capris. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, obviously not buying clothes that they're growing out of, but that's the thing, like, she was more concerned about herself. She was a very selfish person. She was more concerned about herself than she was about her own kids, which is just so heartbreaking. But, and that's the thing, like, I think in situations like that, like, if you can say, like, well, I don't even think it should be up to a judge to make that call anyway, to be personal. Like, I was gonna say, like, they in certain situations, like, you should be able to be like, "Hey, I don't think this money is going towards my kids. I would rather purchase them the things that they need and give them the things than giving her money." And for the judge to then in turn, "Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds fair." Like, as long as you're doing these things, like,
Yeah.
you're giving them their food, you're paying for daycare or whatever, if they have, the glasses or whatever, like, if you're putting money towards those things and it's
Yeah.
equaling the amount of money that you're supposed to be giving, medications, whatever, then that should be completely fine because it's actually going towards the kid. Then you don't have to worry about the parent then taking it and doing with it what they want. And in situations like that, like, honestly, like, if roles were reversed and, like, I had a bad addiction or something like that, and you and I split and I had the kids or whatever, and you just bought stuff for them, like, how would it be up to the other parent or me to be sitting there going, "No, I want the money." Like, that just
Well,
sounds
it'd
super
be
sketch.
well, it'd be if, if the father, and it's so weird. We live in such a weird society that if a dad says, like, and trust me, like, I'm sure you're fully aware of this. When if a dad says, "Oh, I have sole custody of my kids," everyone doesn't go, "Oh, well, that's great." Normally, it, like, in my head, it goes, "Holy, she must have been a major fuck up." Because there are times when the mother is a drunk, is a drug abuser, is neglectful, is destructive in the home, and
Well, yeah, you see, your situation is perfect example. You see in situations like that where the judge is trying so hard to, no, I want the kids to stay with the mother, which because it's some sort of uh, ideology or something like that that you think in your head
there's
that,
like a stigma that I'm a piece of shit.
well,
Like that men are
yeah,
inherently bad, which is funny, is because women actually commit more violence than men. In relationships,
yeah,
it's about
actually,
60% of women commit, there's abuse. Women commit about 60% of the abuse to men.
yeah, yeah. I remember hearing that. It was a shocking number. But that's the thing is that you have this certain stigma that, okay, well, the mother is supposed to be the nurturing one, the caring one, stuff like that, and
Yeah.
generally, if something goes wrong, then it's the parents. It's really nice. Anyway, that normally it's the father, not the mother. But then like, it's such a stupid stigma. Like, if you're sitting there and a judge is actually pushing for the mother to keep the kids and not allowing a father who would be the better choice, somebody who would actually take care of the kids and make sure that they're, you know, well nourished and cared
Well,
for
has the
and
support
whatever.
systems in
Yeah.
place.
And they're still trying to push for the mother to keep the kids. Like, what else more did they want you to do? You were paying $800 a month in child support. You were trying to do what you could do. And
Oh, I worked like a slave, 16 hours a day.
yeah. And then, I mean, she ended up dropping them off and then fucking off. But the funny thing is if, see, I don't know. I don't know if
Here,
things,
you want to know? You want to know the best part of this? The best part. So I had shown up to her. She was staying at her mother-in-law's, or my mother-in-law's place, and so I just, hey, I want to come inside and see the kids. And while I'm there visiting with them, he snuck off and phoned the cops on me, saying that I was trying to abuse them,
you were trying to what?
abuse the kids. He tried to have me arrested. And I remember the cop pulled up the back lane, and I seen the cop, the cop car pulling up, and I looked at her and I said, "Do you phone the fucking cops on me?" Yep. Fuck you.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because had you actually gone to jail for a crime that you didn't even commit, well, what else would she would have like? Where else would the kids have gone?
Yeah.
I can't even put that, to be honest.
Oh, it's incredible, but there's such a stigma that men aren't capable of being caregivers. No, in fact, men are. That's why we do what we do. That's why wars have been waged. Is what that like the men went to war to protect their family, and will do the big scary jobs because that's what we do.
Well, men are more 100%. They're very protective, and yes, my mama bear comes out in me, and 100% don't fuck with my kids or my family. But I mean, the thing is men are generally more the protectors, mothers are more the nurturers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's not in all cases. And you can't sit there and look at the majority of cases and say that, oh, this is how it is for every case, because it's not. There was actually, speaking of this whole parent talk that we're talking right now. So I went shopping yesterday. Yeah. Okay. So I went shopping and I went to
Doesn't matter.
whatever. I went to a store. And while I was in the store, I'm going down the aisles and I was on my way to the till, and I had seen this little child all by themselves in the aisle. The kid was like 2, 3 years old, super small. And, I'm trying to like ask him like, oh, where's your mom? Stuff like that. And he just kind of stared at me for a while, then finally kind of like pointed. So I went looking down some of the other aisles, nothing. Like, and this is a big Costco type store. Like it was a big store. So I'm looking, I'm like, where the hell is this kid's mom? So somebody else that had worked there had come up and he had said, well, I'll look for the mom. It's okay. I was like, okay, fine. But I kind of still kept my eyes around and watching the door just in case, someone decided to run away with this poor kid. But anyway, so I saw the guy again and he's like, he kind of gives me this look. I'm like, did you find the mom? He's like, oh yeah, I found her. She was at the opposite end of the store. And when he had approached her and was like, is this your kid? And she was just like, oh yeah. And he's like, well, he was at the front of the store in an aisle all by himself eating a chocolate that he like took off the shelf, which the chocolate is completely irrelevant. The point of that is this kid could have grabbed anything off the shelf and started putting it in his mouth because no one was watching him and it could have been poisonous. So,
well, okay, I think you're exaggerating a little bit. Just the fact that this little kid is completely alone and the parents like, oh yeah, fuck it.
Anyway, so yeah, so this mother or whatever, she was just like, when he told her, well, he was all by himself at the opposite end of the store. And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't care. He's just my stepson anyway. Or my foster kid. He's my foster kid. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Then shortly thereafter, of course, I hear this poor kid screaming like bloody murder. And I guess the guy that she was with, he was like in his 60s. I look up and this guy was dragging this kid by his arm down the aisle, just dragging him behind him. And his feet were like barely touching the ground. So his arm was like all weirdly kinked, this poor kid. Oh my God. It literally, I wanted to grab that kid and run.
Well, and this is, and obviously like we talked about this before, but this is what, like everyone talks about, oh, kids in foster cares. It's like, there has to be a prerequisite. Like if you want to be a foster parent, like, hey, do you work? No? Perfect. Do you like drugs? No? Okay, well, sorry, we're not interested in you. But you do? Do you like hard stuff? Do you just do weed? Oh, you do coke. Perfect. Oh, but it's stuff. It's like, do you live in like low income housing? Have you ever worked a day in your life? Do you have a stable home? Do you have people coming in and out and like partying and all this stuff? Oh, you do all of those things? Oh, absolutely. You're on the priority list. but that's like what it is.
I know, it's so
It's
gross.
it's this system of like kids that need help the most. You know, their parents have more or less, abandoned them or died or, whatever. These kids have no parent. And you put them in a system where the people that are taking them, and to be fair, I know some people that are foster parents and they are fantastic people, amazing people. Yeah, there are those, but it's so like I've seen it so many times of, oh yeah, I'm a foster parent. Like you have fucking, disregard what you see behind Kim, but like your house is falling apart. Like your fridge doesn't work. The only thing that you buy for food is fast food. Ever. No, it's stuff like that. Your idea of fresh vegetables is like potato chips.
Well, it's not even that.
Or like those fruit trays that you buy from like Costco or something, and then it's bad in a day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you make sure you put ranch on that to take the rotten taste out of your mouth.
Ew. But I mean, the thing is too that like a lot of those people, like it's just a paycheck, right? Like they get money from the government because they have these kids, and then again, it's the same situation, kind of what you were in. Is this money is going to feed the adults, whether it's their addictions, whether it's just things that they want, and not to actually go towards supporting the kid.
I've seen, some of these places where they go, oh, I got my check, let's go get weed. No joke. Like this is the type of stuff that like happens. There, I'm just gonna. Hey, Chrome Dome. What?
So
Oh well. I don't know. I look great. I look fat, but I look great.
Yeah, not in mine. In mine, you look very pixely. It's weird.
I look pixely and fat?
No, I just said pixely. You're the one that's saying fat. Anyway, but I mean, like, honestly, like my heart like just broke. And the thing is, like, okay, when you have like teenagers and stuff like that, sometimes it can be a little more difficult to get them to go places you want them to go. This was a 2-3-year-old kid. Like, you want that kid to go someplace and they're not listening, you pick them up. Like, they're tiny. You just pick them up and, okay, we're going to go.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
You don't drag them like that. Like, and the thing is, normally, like, one of my biggest things why it really, like, bothered me on so many levels is generally when you're in public, you're, like, trying to be on your better behavior, right? Because
there's
people
a certain decorum.
Yeah, because people are watching, and you don't want people to be like, "Oh my god, it did."
I'm sorry.
So, but the thing is, like, if this is how they're going to treat this child in public when eyes are watching, what are they going to be like behind closed doors when nobody is watching? And it made me so scared. And to anybody who's listening, I did call the cops on these people. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that that this kid is okay, and they checked into the situation and stuff like that. But it's not okay. Like, it's just
no, like people have been, charged for less, like in terms of like childhood neglect
100%.
or children neglect. But I guess to get back on like with Johnny Depp stuff, you're seeing all these recordings are coming out. Like, did you see the one of he's recording her? And well, in fact, there's two that are holy fuck. And this shows just a difference between like in the UK courts where Amber Heard won.
You say the UK courts?
Yeah, they had done this in the UK.
Why?
I don't remember. Don't ask me the particulars of why, but they had already done this in the UK, and then I guess whatever, there was a defamation thing because of this article that she wrote. But so he's going, she's saying, I hit you. I didn't go like this. I didn't punch you. I didn't slap you. I hit you. I'm sorry I didn't hit you right. I didn't slap you. I didn't punch you. I hit you. She's trying to justify this, and he's saying, you fucking hit me. You hit me. That doesn't matter. You hit me.
Well, yeah.
Over and over.
She was saying, I didn't punch you. I didn't knock you to the ground. I just hit you.
Yeah. Like, there's that, and then there's where she's going, like, I Johnny Depp am afraid, or am a victim of abuse. You're gonna tell the world that. Why are you being such a pussy? Why are you so scared? He's like, are you scared? Are you like, is that what you are? And he goes, yes, I am. He says that to her. He says, yes, I am ashamed. Or she says, yeah, you're ashamed. Or what? Or are you? It was something to that effect. I don't remember the particulars, but she's saying stuff like that. And at the end, he goes, yes, I am. I am afraid.
Well, there was,
because of that stigma.
well, there was,
Men don't hit women.
yeah. Well, there was,
Which, you see that thing from Bill Burr? He's like, there's never a good reason to hit a woman. He's like, you can wake me from a drunken stupor and I can still think of 8. There's no good reason to hit a woman.
oh, there is. I've seen
go to work 9 to 5, work day in, day out, buy a nice house, buy a car, take her to dinners, pay for things, and you work for 20 years, and then you find her at home fucking your neighbor, and you don't think they at least deserve a bit of a smack?
okay. When you think about the strength of a man compared to the strength of a woman, I mean, I can understand where the whole don't hit a woman thing is, right? Like, the man is supposed to be... What? Oh, he wants a hair tie. Yeah. Here you go, baby. Oh, my God. What are you doing? Just put it down. Oh, my
There we go.
God. Anyway, this is resting on his stomach. It's so hot. Anyway. I don't know. You like deleted the page, but anyway.
Yep.
So, like, when you think about the strength of a man compared to a woman, okay, well, having that boundary kind of in place, like a man shouldn't hit a woman because a man could really hurt a woman. Yes, but I'm not going to say that there aren't reasons that you would want to hit a woman. 100%. I've literally seen women beating up on men or smacking them and stuff like that, and the man is just standing there. And I'm sitting there going, dude, if I were doing that to you, like, I would expect you to hit me back. Like, that's not okay.
What's even worse is out in public, there was a can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a guy was getting beaten by a woman. Like, she was, slapping him around and all this stuff. And it was like one of those social experiment things. And you see people around were laughing at the guy. Because it's emasculating. Look at Will Smith. And I'll say this, Jada Pinkett Smith is the reason why. You see, there was a video that she had posted to Instagram about, like, he was just saying, like, hey, ask for my permission before you start recording. And she goes, oh, of course, Will Smith, this is why you do. I don't need your permission. I'm going to videotape and post what I want. He's a fucking bitch. He is the more and more, you see, like, the knee-jerk reaction of Will Smith going up to Chris Rock and slapping him across the face. And then when those videos came out, where you seen the other angle, her laughing, she's laughing at at Chris Rock. And now you see these videos of, how emasculated he was, where he said that, no, I didn't want to be in an open relationship, but I did it to save my family. And, she literally had the guy that was fucking her on a talk show with Will Smith.
Yeah, I know. Well, and the thing is, okay, it wasn't that he wanted or even went into an open relationship. That's what he said to the media. Because he was being cheated on. So, but to help save his face, it was, okay, well, yeah, we're in an open relationship. It was to try to help protect their unity because he was hoping that they would get back together or whatever. But it wasn't. He was cheating on her. I mean,
like, what?
She was cheating on him. There we go.
Yeah. And she said, the funny thing is, he tries to like, and if you've experienced this, please like let me know, because I can say I've experienced this too. When you leave a relationship with someone, you compare your next relationship to that one. You start thinking, well, my ex did this better. Why can't you be like that? Why can't you do that? And that becomes more and more of a thing. And I think she wishes she was still with Tupac.
100%. Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I see.
Oh yeah, 100%. If he was
She
still
looks at
alive,
Will
they
Smith.
probably would have been. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think she looks at Will Smith, which I find weird because Will Smith is very, very successful. He's not poor.
But it's not even just a success. Like, other than this whole shit that just happened with Chris Rock, I mean, other than that, he's a funny guy. He seems to be, from what I could see, he seems to be a pretty decent guy. Like, I wouldn't say he's no, oh my God, what the hell is his name?
No Tupac.
No, I was thinking of the guy from Fast and Furious, one that died. Help me out here.
Oh, Paul Walker.
Yeah. Fuck the charities and stuff and the good things that he did. Like, he's no one like that. But
that's not fair. You're comparing two completely different people. One's white and one's black. We know which one's better.
The black one.
My fellow Negroes.
Oh God. Anyway, shut up, Whitey. Well, I mean, more brownie. Ready? I don't know.
I'm calling Apple.
Okay.
I wouldn't really be an apple. I'd be like
red skin, wouldn't
you? I'd be like a tampon. I'm red on the outside. On the outside, red on the inside. I don't know, something like that. I'm a velvet cake. That's it. I'm a velvet cake.
That's really hot. That's really hot.
Call me a used tampon.
I don't want to.
Red on the outside, white on the inside.
Oh my God, we're still going with this. Okay. Anyway, that was just nasty.
Okay, but
anyway, he seems like a decent person, and like he seems like a pretty good guy and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't really know. But the thing is, like, I would find it absolutely heartbreaking if us being together, I seen you go on national television and we're talking about your ex that had died and that was the love of your life. And we're married and in a relationship together.
Yeah.
Like, when I seen her like crying and saying that or whatever, like, oh, it's just a love that you'll never get again. Like, he was the love of my life. And I'm like,
yeah,
how heartbreaking would that be for Will to hear that? Like, regardless if you know that, okay, well, they were in a really good relationship and they were good, whatever. But unfortunately, he passed away and was murdered. But, like, the situation, the circumstances.
I
know the circumstances. Biggie. Oh.
Eminem. Eminem had to be the best rapper.
He wasn't even around then. Anyway, but
but that's devastating.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Stop fucking huffing at me. Fucking finish a fucking sentence so I can start. So you know what?
I give up. You keep interrupting me. Anyway, so, but to see something like that or to hear something like that would just be absolutely devastating, because like, you've moved on and okay, now you're in another relationship and you think, okay, you and your partner are good and we're in a good place and we love each other. But then to hear you saying that you still have this like eternal love for this other person, which I wouldn't expect you not to, but to sit there and say that was the love of my life and a love like that you'll never be able to get again, that was harsh. Like, I would be devastated hearing something like that. I'd be like, wow, thanks.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference, because like I think in any relationship, like you do carry a piece of that person with you.
Well, absolutely, and there's always going to be
especially
that part of love.
Oh, now you're going to interrupt me. Oh, cool. All right, let's do this.
Sorry, you cut out in my ear.
Good. I fucking hope I did. Only that's not going to be the only thing that gets cut out. It's going to be fucking one. It's going to be, I'm offended, you're offended right away. Yeah, you like that one? Okay, so anyways. No, but in those relationships, like, especially in a long relationship with someone that you did truly care about, you do carry a part of that person with you. There is still that remnant of someone that I don't think that can go away. You can enjoy and remember the fondness, but also keep in mind that, hey, the reasons that this did end, but in her situation is it was taken from me.
Yeah.
So I think she's vindictive, and she's almost trying to will that world into, no pun intended, just trying to manifest that, like, no one is good enough, and back everything would be okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're seeing more from, say, like, like looking at Will Smith, is he is trying to win her love.
Over
And
and
no
over
matter,
again.
shut the fuck up. And no matter what he does, it's never good enough. Hey, you want to try and fulfill your life and whatever. Okay, you know what? I'm here for you. But when it's on the other foot, when she was saying, like, he's a failure as an actor, what? Like, that is objectively, like, you can't say that. He is a failure. He is an A-list celebrity.
How on earth would she call him a failure? What, because he had like a movie that didn't do very well?
Well, he's had a few, but he's not, like, his magnum opus, like what everyone, looks at him as, is either Fresh Prince or Men in Black.
Indep-
Those are like, every time if you think Men in Black, you don't think of Tommy Lee Jones. Will Smith made that movie.
Yeah. Well, same with.
Like, I guess both of them kind of did. They played off each other. One was kind of quirky and whatever, and the other one was very, by the books and, follow the protocol. So, they played off each other. But I think Will Smith, I don't think necessarily of that Tommy Lee Jones, even though, they had equal in that movie. But that's not the point. It's you can see, it's almost like now looking in hindsight, seeing all the stuff, on her stupid red table fucking, it's funny, Facebook is pushing that.
Pushing what again?
Her red table talks or whatever, her stupid fucking talk show. And like, what? Oh, well, let's the controversy, like the one that Will Smith was on. Oh yeah, think of what else. Think how much she and her kids were talking down to him. His kid, his fucking daughter, was talking down to him like she was her mother. It was disturbing to see. So this is why, initially, and I don't discredit what he does. What he did was fucked up. He had no business. If that was Mike Tyson, speaking of Mike Tyson, put a pin in that. Mike Tyson fucked that dude up on that plane, and guy's lucky he's not dead.
Did he bite an ear off?
No, actually, some people had asked that, though.
I couldn't imagine why. I mean, that's just the thing that he's forever going to be known for. Sorry, Mike.
But you can see. If it was someone else, if that was someone else on that stage, Will Smith would not have done that. But he felt that I can get my masculinity back. I can show her that I'm strong and I'm a protector, and I'm gonna defend her.
Yeah, now he's banned from there for 10 years.
To be fair, he potentially should have been charged. At least Oscar taken away and barred from the Oscars. Not, well, fuck you, then I quit.
Okay. I'm going to push back on that. The charge thing, like if Chris Rock wanted to charge him or something like that.
I know he is.
Huh?
I know he is seeking
I heard he wasn't. But regardless, okay, if that's what he wanted to do and Will did get charged for that, then okay. Like, that was an action that he did. That was assault. Okay, he's going to pay his price for that. Taking his Oscar away, I don't think that is fair. Okay, him being banned from going to the Oscars again, because he worked his ass off for that movie, and that movie had absolutely nothing to do with Chris Rock or the issues that took place. So taking away someone's Oscar for hard work that they did, I think is absolutely ridiculous. That's like you getting into a fight and then getting your paycheck taken away because you got into a fight with some guy. That's just dumb. Like he put the work in and he got rewarded for it. Now, the way that okay, well, now you're banned from being here in person for the next 10 years. That's fair. 10 years is a long ass time, but that's fair. No, I don't think he should have had his Oscar taken away. I'm glad they didn't.
I Well, considering what the Oscars didn't do, and apparently security had approached him and asked him to leave, and he said no. So why are you still there? Like
That would have been fair too. Like if they told him he's got to leave after that.
they did,
Yeah.
and he didn't. He chose to sit there.
Which is weird. Like you think that they would have, okay, no, you have to go. Like clearly
No,
the
that's
security didn't actually force him out.
privilege. Like that is actual privilege. If that
Yeah.
was you or me or anyone else, if we walked up to at any type of event and we went up and socked someone in the fucking face, you bet. Assuming we didn't even get taken down before getting to the stage,
Right?
but to get up there, walk up, square off, slap someone in the face, and then strut back like he's got his fucking cock feathers out and
Yeah,
look
he
like
really
hot
did.
shit.
Yeah, he really did kind of like, oh yeah, that's right. I just did that
Yeah.
shit. I was like, when I seen him walking up, I was thinking, okay, he's going to take away the microphone and then say some sort of witty comeback to him to insult him and then drop the mic or hand the mic back and then walk away. Okay, that would have been funny. That would have been okay. Cool. But assaults, that's a little much. And the thing is too that I think that obviously Will has been so emasculated for so long that, this was a time where, he's laughing at the joke himself and then looks over at his wife that's all like, really? And he was
After
like, oh,
rehearsals.
shit.
After rehearsals. This isn't like this is the first time this was pulled out. This was after rehearsals. So these jokes were already made. In fact, it's a very innocuous joke. Like I've said worse things to you. I've said worse things to myself than what he said.
100%. It was the dumbest thing ever. Like, okay, you made a G.I. Jane reference. Wah.
Oh, well, fucking, she's a chrome dome fucking loser.
Which is actually interesting because I noticed Willow, she's in a video with Camilla Bello. I don't know how to say her name properly, but that person. And she's in a new music video with her, and I noticed that she has her head shaved. Like she idolizes her mother, and she looks up to her mother in so many ways, and like, which that isn't a bad thing. But like what you were saying, like on the talk show, if the kids are talking down to Will and they're literally hearing their mother completely emasculate their father all the time, well, now the daughter is doing that to the father, and she thinks that's completely normal and okay. That's bad. That's not okay.
It's her. It's her.
Yeah.
All right, but let's get back to this Johnny Depp thing.
Please. I was trying to say something with that for the longest time, and then we ended up on this little spiel thing here.
Okay. All right. Well,
and we're back. I'm sure you missed us in that blip of a second. You didn't even know that we were gone, but secretly in your hearts, you missed us, and we missed you too.
I ran around the world.
Oh, that quickly, hey?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's. With this Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, you are seeing what type of person she was with Elon Musk.
Yeah, I know. It was right after. It was the very short little blip. I wonder if he's going to testify, if they're going to read a testimony or anything, or if there's anything regarding him. But anyway, I gotta say, like I was a fan of Amber Heard. I had a crush on her. She was hot.
I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I watched a lot of her movies. I liked her. But I gotta say, like, and when they first got divorced and stuff like that, like, I didn't really know what to believe. But I gotta say, the more that's coming out, she's a piece of shit. She is looking mighty ugly to me right now.
Isn't that the funny thing? How someone's attractiveness is like directly proportional of how big of a piece of shit they are. Or it's the inverse, sorry, I should say. Like when you find out just how bad someone is,
yeah,
like you realize, like, I used to think you were hot, now you're just ugh, you're repulsive.
100%. Like, I look at her now and I'm just like, like, it's like I can see it in her eyes now, like what a piece of shit she is. Like, I'm so disappointed. I really am. And like the thing is, like, I liked both of them. So like before they even got together. So when they got together, I was like, for me, I was like, gosh, yeah, this is freaking awesome. I love both of them. That's awesome. But it's awesome. I said awesome a lot there. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome, baby. Yeah. Anyway, but no, and the thing is, like, to be fair, Johnny Depp hangs out with Marilyn Manson, like, as one of his friends. And I know Marilyn Manson's kind of a piece of shit. So when I kind of heard the
Why is
accusations,
he?
oh, you didn't know all the shit going on with Marilyn Manson right now either?
Yeah, that was all fabricated too.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. That's all made up.
Are you okay? Whatever. We're gonna look into this after. But anyway, but the thing is that, like, I wasn't really sure what to believe, and a lot of the times, unfortunately, you always kind of side with the female, whether you're a male, whether you're a female. Like, you always kind of side with the female because that's what society has taught you, right? Like, oh my god, the dog's barking. Is that, you're always supposed to listen to what the female says. The female's not going to lie and stuff like that. But you've seen so many situations where that has been fact. And the thing is that there's been so many, like, listening to a lot of the tapes that have been coming out, it literally just shows what kind of a piece of shit that she is. Like, when you see that one recording that she had originally recorded where he was like throwing stuff around and yelling and stuff like that and kind of swearing in their house, and she was recording it. The funny thing is she completely left out the entire fact that his mom just died. So he was upset and he was swearing and slamming things and throwing shit around. I'm not going to lie. If something ever were to happen to either one of my parents, be prepared for some yelling and slamming of shit. Like, it's going to happen. I'll probably be devastated and crying forever. But regardless, a person is allowed to be upset. And she's literally recording him at a huge, sad part of his life and making it somehow turn into something about her. Like, she's using that as, see, look what kind of a piece of shit he is. And then you have, and we're back. Y'all don't know this, but this is like, I think the fourth time I've tried this. It's literally, and you didn't even know we were gone because that's the greatness of editing. But we were gone and we're back now. And I'm going to try this again. So Amber Heard, piece of shit, was recording Johnny Depp when his mother had just died and he was upset and turned it around to make it look like he was abusive and, look at poor me and stuff like that. He's freaking out and stuff like that. But it left out the entire context of the fact of that his mother just died. Then there was another audio clip that was released that she had released it to make it seem like Johnny Depp was suicidal and she was trying to essentially stop him from killing himself. But the thing is she only records things at certain spots to make it seem like to fit the narrative that she's trying to fill. So the thing that got left out in the beginning of that, though, was the fact that he was literally asking her to, like, can we please stop this? Can we end all this stuff? Like, you've destroyed my life. You've taken away my movie career, stuff like that. Like, everything's been destroyed. Like, what more do you want from me? Do you want to take my life now too? Because I have nothing left to give. I've lost everything. And of course, that all got left out. And then she just starts recording when she's like, no, stop, don't do that. And stuff like that, like to make herself look good and to leave out the fact of everything else that had previously happened. Like, she's just recording it in certain spots. Plus, like we had mentioned earlier, like, she was on recording saying, oh yeah, I didn't punch you. I didn't knock you to the ground. I was hitting you. Like, stopping such a baby. Like, okay, you're still hitting the person. Can I punch him and knock him to the ground? No.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, it's possible. I'm pretty strong. But the thing is, like, me hitting him, like, that... Hello. Sorry about that. That's not okay. Like it's
No, it's assault.
exactly. And I don't care if I'm a female and you're a male or not. That's not okay.
It's more the going back to women typically and culturally, men do not hit women. And the funny thing is, if women actually experienced how men would treat men, they would lose it. Like you would probably cry. Like if someone came up to me and shoved me or something, if a guy did that, I wouldn't just go, "Oh, well, you know, boys will be boys." No, normally it's like if a chick does that, a guy just, okay, you know what? I just don't. And you know what? And I've been in that situation. Like I know maybe some. Well, to be fair, most of you don't know. One of my exes went to her place, and a bunch of guys started beating on me. Like, oh, the apparent. I can't remember if it was a shovel or a golf club hit me in the head. Man, that explained a lot. But
What the fork? Are you serious?
yeah, yeah. All I remember is hearing a big ping when something hit me on the side of my head.
Why were they beating you up?
I don't remember the particulars of it. All I remember is I was telling her, like, my ex's sister-in-law, that she's a fucking dyke and on all this stuff. But my ex at the time, like, she sit there and she punched me, and I didn't do it. Like, but that's the thing. Guys do not hit women. You are seen as a lesser man if you do.
Not all guys, but a huge chunk, yes.
Yeah. No, but no, even socially, like if you've seen a guy fucking wind up, like if you've seen, think of the thing with Chris Brown and fucking Rihanna. I'm sure I'm sure if the roles were reversed, no one would say a word. No one would say, "Oh, Rihanna just slapped the shit out of Chris Brown."
Well, no, and
No?
the fact of like even like literally like walking past a female who's beating up on a male and laughing, like okay, for one, yeah, that's completely emasculating towards the man. But the thing is, the man is choosing not to fight back because he knows he could really hurt her.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
so sitting there laughing about it, like if a man is beating up on a woman, are people walking by going, "What a little bitch"? Like, no.
Well, and that's the funny thing. Like if a man is sitting there getting hit, but like, she could wail on him over and over. Nothing will happen. No one will step in. But the second he fucking winds up and socks her once, le gasp. How could you? You see all these fucking white knight fucking beta cucks step in, white knight, and start defending her.
Yeah, which to me I think is bullshit. Because like honestly, if I were to see a situation like that where the girl's like beating up on the guy and then the guy smacked her back, I'd be like, "Fuck, bitch deserved it." Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? Sorry, but again, I'm not your typical girl. But I don't think that's okay. Like, if I were to go up to him and start hitting him for literally no reason or regardless, like I wouldn't expect him just to sit there and just take it. Like,
Oh, I'll sock you. I would sock you. I would fucking. I would give me a reason. Just give. I will solve this issue right quick.
one of these days, Kim. One of these days.
But seriously, you do see that there is such a stigma. Amber Heard, the Believe All Women, the Me Too. How many men were falsely accused of rape, or even up to if you had a date with someone and you didn't like how it turned out. If you regretted going on a date with someone, well, then you can charge that other, not legally charge them, but make the accusations that that was rape.
Well, there was an article that I was reading with Cuba Gooding Jr. Now, of course, as I keep reading into this article, he's actually being accused for, I think there was like 3 women that came forward or something like that. But in one of the situations, like I think in the later as the article goes, then he was actually being accused of raping somebody. There was another woman who accused him of groping her. But the first one, as I'm reading this article, the very first one they mention is they start talking about this woman who is complaining that he kissed her without her permission. And I'm like, really? Like, and of course I laugh to myself because I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if you're on a date with somebody or, you're having a conversation with someone and you feel like, sparks are flying and you're hitting it off. Like, if a guy was like, can I kiss you? I'd be like, hey, you're kind of killing the moment here, but oh, okay. Like, it just kind of makes it a little awkward. Like,
but you're seeing more and more, men, like, to be fair, I don't, like, I hold the door for a lot of people. As mean as this sounds, I don't hold it for women. Really hard. There have been so many times that women have come forward and said, I don't need a man holding a door for me. I don't want them to hold a door for me. I don't want them to do anything. Well, you know what? Then fuck yourself. There are times that women have accused men of doing things sexually to them for holding a door.
oh, Jesus.
Because it's seen as an invitation in order to try and talk with them or whatever.
Yes. Honestly, every time I see a guy holding a door for me, I'm like, you pig. Like, you're just trying to like look at my ass as I'm walking past. You want to get a view down my shirt, you perv? Like, come the hell on.
Well, but you're seeing this more and more. Men, marriage is on the decline. There are a lot of men that are saying that it's not worth the risk. And that's crazy.
Yeah. Sad.
Like, I don't know, but like, it's just, there's such the days of chivalry, the days of, trying to wow someone, trying to impress someone. There are some women that, they absolutely love it. And, the thrill of the hunt and the chase and the cat and the mouse and all that stuff. A guy, they went out, literally, I can't remember the actor's name. He went on a date with someone. A date. They didn't go and fuck. They didn't do anything. They went on a date. He accused him years later of like rape. And the worst thing that he did was he grabbed her butt.
That pig. I mean, like, okay, I think that there's people are taking shit way too far. Like, you have this world seems to be filled with nothing but attention seeking people lately. And people are constantly trying to get that attention in any single way that they possibly can, whether it's telling everybody they're a wood elf or whatever, to, oh, okay, well, some guy grabbed my butt years ago and it made me feel dirty. So I'm going to accuse him now of trying to rape me or touching me inappropriately. Like, I get that there are situations out there where there are pieces of shit. Like, you have bigwigs in Hollywood who have been accused for being pieces of shit. And
oh, you mean Bill Cosby? Harvey Weinstein?
I was thinking Harvey. Yeah.
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, the list keeps going here. Yeah, we can pull out the big book later. But I mean, the thing is that there are situations where people do shitty things, 100%. But then there are situations where people accuse people of doing shitty things when they really didn't. Like, if some guy were to grab my ass or smack me in the ass as I'm walking by, like, if it's somebody that I didn't know, am I going to feel uncomfortable? 100%. Am I going to kind of be watching, making sure he's not following me? Yes. Am I going to sit there and go press charges on him because he decided to smack my ass? No. Like, I'm really not. If things got to a point where obviously things got to a bad situation, yes. But the thing is he kissed me without my permission. Okay, well, if you didn't want him to kiss you, if you weren't feeling it, guess what? You can you move back. You like, no, sorry. You do a little slip away. Like, no, not feeling it. Like, you don't have to go along with a kiss and then, oh, I just wasn't feeling it. Now I'm going to sit there and like tell everybody that he touched me inappropriately later on in my life.
Yeah, accuse him so many years later. Well, and you're seeing Like, I have this thing pulled up about Marilyn Manson that Evan Rachel Wood accused him that he was like, he,
Oh, the things that she would talked about, they were horrendous, like horrible, horrible things.
yeah, and so he's accusing her, of defamation, and you're seeing like and this is the big crux of the issue. Johnny Depp, his career ruined. Disney sided with allegations, not things that were proven in court. No, it was hearsay.
It's bullshit. Like, the thing is, for them to sit there and do something like that right away, oh, no, we don't want to have anything to do with them. That's it. You as Jack Sparrow, you're out. You're this, you're that. We're dropping you and all this shit just because of somebody accusing you of something, and it's nothing that's actually been proven. That's not okay either. Like, it really isn't. And then what? He's going to win this suit.
Looks like a butthole.
Ew.
I mean, that doesn't look like.
Well, if you're here, give me that. Your shit's too pixely.
Oh,
I'll see if this comes through better. Yeah, 100% looks a buttholey.
Don't inhale, ding dong. My God, you sucked it like a fag.
Just let me do it. I'm a girl, you fuck. Anyway. I forgot. Oh,
just the accusation, like Louis C.K.
Right.
Louis C.K. He asked people, "Hey, yeah, it's a little fucked up. Hey, can I beat off in front of you?" And the women said, "Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with that."
And that's the thing too, that like there is such a everybody takes this as a huge like black and white. Like, okay, well this was an indecent act, so this is not okay. Okay, I agree with you to an extent. But he asked for their permission. Now, if someone were to say that to me, like, hey, can I do this in front of you? And I didn't feel comfortable with it, I'd be like, I'd really rather you didn't. Okay.
Yeah, and he did. And that was the thing when he said no. When people said no, he didn't.
Yeah, but then, okay, so you say yes, it's okay. And then afterwards you feel like, oh, I feel a little dirty.
It wasn't even that. This was picked up on, and other people started complaining about it. People that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but then for people to like come forward and be like, oh yeah, he did this in front of me, or he did this in front of me. Dude, you said it was okay. And the thing is, okay, so there's like, to anybody who is new here, doesn't know this, I listen to a lot of true crime shit. Now, there was one guy, I don't remember the name because I listened to too much of this forked up shirt that I don't remember all their names. But there was one guy that it's really gross, so warning. But he wanted to eat a person. And he had actually put an ad out there asking for somebody to be his dinner, essentially. And the thing is that he found people, and people were literally, okay, yes, you can do this. And yes, he videotaped it and would watch it later or whatever and would do what he did, but which is disgusting. But then at the same time, you sit there and look at a situation like that. Okay, so what he was doing wrong. Yeah, it's gross. It's wrong.
Yeah.
But he didn't murder anybody. These were willing participants and people who were literally saying, yes, you can do this. Like, he asked permission first. So at a point like that,
I see that. Okay. I think that's a step too far when, well, if it's just two consenting adults, okay, well, what if someone's in, it's just two consenting adults and there's, let's just go with the stereotype of a guy is manipulating the woman over and over, and people are going, hey, what you're doing is wrong. You need to stop. You're putting him into an state. Like, these are what cults do. It's an isolating state.
It's, but that's why I'm just like, it's such a weird gray area, because in one point you want to be like, no, this is not okay. You should go to jail. and you should be charged with these murders and stuff like that. But then at the same time, well, okay, well, you didn't technically murder anybody. You did take their lives with their consent. And then you did gross things to their body with their consent. But it's just, it's not right. Like, it's, you can understand like where it's not okay. But at the same time, it's such a tricky situation too, because you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's well, and but to not go to something that extreme, but you see a lot of these accusations. Bill Cosby was charged, like he was formally charged and convicted.
And the list of his victims. Ugh.
Well, and that's the thing. Like they said, I didn't want to do this, and this is what he had done. It's always interesting. The people that seem to scream the loudest, like when you see the gay Catholic or the pastors or Catholics or priests or fathers or whatever that scream about homosexuals and how they're evil and their sins on society. And then what? You find them balls deep in a fucking man's ass. Over and over and over again. You see them hiring, they're on Grindr, they're on, they go meet guys, they're in bathhouses, they're in gay clubs, all this shit.
Yeah. It is generally, I notice with a lot of things, it's generally the outspoken ones against certain things that are literally like more so the closeted ones, or they feel ashamed. So they're going to put their shame on everybody else, but they're still going to continue doing said actions. Like it's 100%.
And that's the funny thing. Like if Catholics finally just came out and said, yeah, we like to fuck little boys. That's just,
But it's not all. You can't put the, I mean, it's.
Oh, come on. Come on. If we can make accusations of Disney, hiring child predators, I think if there's any other industry or any other thing that has problems with touching children, is the Catholic Church. And in fact, they've hid it. They denied it. They've moved, preachers around, ones that have been convicted. The hear no evil, speak no evil. That whole documentary of a priest that molested 200 something kids. Was it see no evil, speak no evil? I think they were deaf. I think it was deaf children. And he molested all of them.
He found 200 deaf children?
It was in like a deaf youth center or something like that.
Oh, wow. He was just in his pickings, wasn't he?
Oh, well, to be fair, it's not like they could have heard it coming.
Oh, they definitely didn't hear it coming.
They didn't hear him coming either.
Oh, thankfully. That's probably a godsend. But
it was called. It was.
I don't know. Well, while you're looking that up, anyway. I mean, back to the whole, I guess, Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. I mean, honestly, like they've had doctors come on. There was a doctor that gave a professional psychological opinion on her about having like some sort of personality disorder and something else. Like you can, the way that she described the characteristics of these people with personality disorders and the way that they lash out, and they don't take like the rejection. They don't want to be by themselves, and they will go to like any means to then turn things around, because then it's a like kind of a how dare you leave me thing. And then they're going to make them pay, like, so it was kind of interesting to hear what her psychological analysis of her was. I think it's quite fitting. And the funny thing is when you actually watch her in court, like you'll see her at times laugh, and then all of a sudden like, oh, right, cameras are on me, and then look all like, and sad or whatever. Like it's kind of comical the way that she just kind of like.
You can see like Johnny Depp is like funny. Like the lawyers, like, okay, the big one that's making the rounds is a lawyer asked him a question, like on cross examination. So the lawyer's like, what did you I don't know, what'd you have for breakfast, or what'd you what'd you have for breakfast? And he starts answering. It was a doctor. That's it. It was a doctor that was assessing, and the tip of his finger got cut off.
Okay.
Because she threw the fucking jug of oil. or jug of oil, the jug of alcohol, whatever, the handle. What do you call it? A handle? What I don't know. Do Americans call it? A jib of alcohol, whatever. I don't know. But so, the doctor's answering the question and the lawyer objects to his own fucking answer. Like the doctor starts the doctor starts answering, and then the lawyer says, "Objection, that's hearsay." And the lawyer goes, "But that's your question." And he goes, "Oh, right."
Oh my God.
No, I'm not exaggerating. This is a fucking professional. Every time Johnny Depp started answering something, objection, objection, objection. And you could see Johnny Depp's like, answer, and he starts to answer, then he stops. He's like looking like, are you gonna object? Objection. And he just laughs, like he's playing with it because he sees the fucking the lawyers are making themselves look stupid.
Well, there's one that's that I was watching today that the guy was like, I'm guessing, it was her lawyer, because his lawyer I think is a female. Oh, okay. Well, the girl that you could hear objecting was female. So, but anyway, so the guy's up there and he's like, he had a whole bunch of like news articles, and he's like,
oh yeah,
he's like, so in the Gazette it says blah 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 blah. Is that accurate? He's like, yeah, that's what they say here. Yeah. Yeah, you read that really well.
Yeah,
and then,
that was it.
There's a few different things. Like it was like a 20-minute long thing. But yeah, it was just so funny because at some point he's like, yeah, you read that really well. And then in another one, he's like, oh, you should actually read the article. It's good. Like it's just, he just started playing with it and the entire room was just laughing. Because the thing is like, his lawyer kept objecting, and then he'd have to go to the next question or whatever. But like he would try to say, like he was trying to initially say, yes, but this is literally head grabs or whatever. Like this is just what people are putting out to get a grab for you to buy their magazine or whatever. Like this is just bullshit essentially. And he's trying to like say this, and the lawyer just kept cutting off. I'm asking yes or no questions. Like just answer the question. Is that what this says? And then, yeah.
Yep, I guess
you
so.
Read that right. Yes.
Or I guess it was their divorce papers. You just see that one?
No, I haven't.
There's a clip of that. So, at the bottom of the divorce papers, Johnny Depp signs a signature. And the lawyer asks 3 separate times, is that your signature? Is that your signature? Is that your signature? So, Johnny Depp's like, yeah, that would appear to be my signature. Yep, I think we've confirmed that that's my signature. And I can't remember what he said. Yeah, but he was almost making a mockery of it. And I don't mean Johnny Depp is making a mockery of the court system. You see the ridiculousness of the news articles, just the tabloids, the gossip.
Well, yeah.
And he goes, I don't know. Were you there? Were they there? They're saying that I was drinking heavily. I don't remember partying with them.
Well, yeah, and then he'll say same with even some of the articles. It's just like, well, how would they know this? Like, how did they know?
How would you know? And then he goes, objection. Like, just,
then cuts them off right away. Like, doesn't let him actually talk. And it's like, okay, well, you're gonna sit there. Okay, you're reading a bunch of like Gazette and weird newspaper articles that are literally gossip magazines. Like it's literally a known fact that gossip magazines will literally take a picture of, like, you'll see Jennifer Lopez going like this, like maybe wiping something from her eye, and right away it's Ben Affleck made Jennifer Lopez cry. It's like, oh, okay. Like it's a way to sell magazines, like it's not an uncommon thing, and it's not something people don't know. It's bullshit. There's only certain magazines out there you can actually more so take for verbatim of what they're saying, that it's going to be the most accurate out there. But there's a lot of them that it's just a bunch of bullshit. So, okay. So this lawyer sitting here reading article clippings, like headlines of different articles from different magazines and newspapers. What does that have to do with the case? Like, what does that have to do with Amber Heard accusing Johnny Depp of doing horrible things, abusing her and stuff like that? What does these news articles have anything to do with that?
I think the documentary, maybe this was it. I believe it's called Deliver Us from Evil. That sounds right. But I thought there was one. Maybe it's just a news article that I've mixed up. But yeah, it was Deliver Us from Evil. Documentary focuses on now defrocted priest Oliver O'Grady. I think this is it. Who admitted to molesting roughly 25 boys and girls in California from the late 1970s to 1990. 7 years in jail. He was deported to Ireland in 2000. Berg's interview with O'Grady in Dublin. The remorseless child molester is ambling freely among school children as he recounts his patterns of abuse with almost cheery glee.
Only 25. Well, that's a far cry from 200. Still too many.
Maybe I'm thinking of, there was an article. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But it was but regardless, I don't know. You know, they definitely have a problem with they touch too many kids. They love them too much. Too much.
You want to touch about you want to touch about that? What about the circumcisions?
What do you mean where the Jews literally
yeah.
little boy's dick?
Yeah. That's like literally that's like literally a thing. Like you can actually watch these things on YouTube. Like it's the practice. They cut it and then they
the bris. Yeah.
You know. They lollipop it after. It's disgusting. But you know, like
that's my favorite.
There's a lot of just
nothing I like
forked
more.
up shirt around here. This world, I tell you. This world is going to hell in a handbasket, if you believe in hell.
Oh, here we go. 2 priests were found guilty. This is from CBC on Monday of sexually abusing deaf children at a Catholic-run school in Argentina and sentenced to more than 40 years in prison.
2 of them. Does it say how many victims they had?
2 priests were found guilty. A 3-judge panel in the city of Mendoza sentenced Reverend Nicola Corodi. Fuck, I don't give a shit. An 83-year-old Italian, 83, and Corbacho, a 59-year-old Argentine, were arrested in 2016. The judges found the men guilty of 20 counts of abuse, including rape that occurred between 2005 and 16 at the school, which has since struck down. The 10 victims were former students and all minors at the time of the abuse. The verdict can be appealed. Pope Francis has not commented publicly on the case. No shit, because you just want to do it even more. Vatican knew about priests. The case has shocked Argentines, as did the revelation that Corradi had been accused of similar offenses at a sister agency. That in the Antonio Provolo Institute in Verona, Italy, but was never charged. The Vatican had known about Corrodi since at least 2009, when the Italian Provolo students went public with tales of abuse and named names. The Vatican ordered an investigation and sanctioned 4 accused priests, but Corrodi apparently was never sanctioned in Italy. That's fucked up. Jesus. Former male and female students testified that the priests touched and sometimes raped them in their dormitories and school bathrooms. They also said they were forced to look at pornographic images. Oh, grooming. Oh, you mean like Disney? Oh, okay. So Disney's just taking their pointers from the... I got it. Okay, so about 10 victims there. Deaf boys tried to tell... Oh, here we go. Ooh. What is this? They were deaf, but they were not silent. For men who were sexually abused as children by Reverend Lawrence C. Murphy. This is a different one. This isn't the same person. This is at a school for the deaf in Wisconsin. Reported to every type of official they could think of that he was in danger, according to the victims of church documents. They told other priests. They told their 3 archbishops of Milwaukee. They told 2 police departments and the district attorney. They used sign language, written affidavits, and graphic gestures to show what exactly Father Murphy had done to them, but the reports fell on deaf ears. Oh, nice one. This week, they learned that Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, now Pope Benedict, go fuck yourself, received letters about Father Murphy in 1996 Robert G. Weekland of Milwaukee, who said that the deaf community needed a healing response from the church.
Oh, they needed some healing, all right.
Yeah,
they needed some Jesus.
Healing. Yeah, young victims of sexual abuse are often wait years to report the violations. Some never say a word. So,
hey, well, give me the juice. How many victims?
Mr. Greer, now 59, said that between the ages of 14 and 15, starting around 1965, Father Murphy molested him 4 times in a closet at the school. So is this just one? One? That's it?
Well, to be fair, that's one too many.
Come on. You're going to go to jail for one? And must have had a nice ass. Among the supervisors was John Conway, now the Deputy Administrator of Workers' Compensation for the state of Conway. The students and others collected affidavits from 15 to 20 former students about Father Murphy's violations. They were granted a meeting with Archbishop William E.
Jack?
Cousins.
Bazinga.
Hoff? Jack Hoff?
Jack Murphy.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, that cuck commander never even crossed my mind.
Our number one fan.
See, he's back and now he's talking about like, well, we've been going long enough, but he has talked about like, I don't know why people got so mad with me. It's, it's something that, was in the past and I tried to leave it there and people just wanted to keep talking about it. Like, here we go. Pope Benedict has been caught in a Vatican scandal involving a U.S. priest accusing him of molesting some 200 deaf boys. There we go.
What is with these priests and deaf people?
Because no one can hear them.
Do you think they just like creep up behind them and they're like, spooky?
Oh, this is an expansion. 2 Wisconsin bishops urged the Vatican led by Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, now Pope Benedict, go fuck yourself, to let them conduct a church trial against a priest accused of molesting some 200 deaf boys. But the Vatican ordered the process halted. Despite the grave allegations, Ratzinger's deputy at a congregation for the doctrine of the faith ruled that the alleged molestation had occurred too long ago, and the accused priest, Reverend Lawrence Murphy, should instead repent. Fuck you. This is why your religion is so fucked. This is why, regardless if there is a God, if this is your incarnation of a God, he is a sick, demented, twisted, vile fucking person. And for the Pope, the one that speaks on behalf of God, that has a direct line to the big man upstairs, can't fucking rub 2 fucking brain cells together and say, hey, God, should we be fucking kids? Or do you got a problem with that? And God going, nah, carry on. It's not like what are they going to do? They're children. No one likes kids. They go, this is 200. And like I said, this is one report. And the Pope says, nah, halt that. No, we don't need any more. Mother Teresa, she fucked up a lot of kids. She actually caused the death and suffering of a lot of people. What a fucked up fucking idea. Absolutely disgusting. And the people that urge this, and I don't mean that urge fucking raping kids, the ones that think that, the Vatican is beyond scrutiny, that they are all holy men. Well, joke's on you. The biggest fucking gay bathhouse is owned by the fucking Vatican, where they go fuck other people. And I don't mean people. I mean, they go fuck guys.
So how's that not swearing thing going for you?
Fuck that. I can't stand this shit. I can't stand the holier than thou. This is why the religion is fucking bullshit. This is why the Bible is dog shit. It's all fucking corrupt. Everything, every fucking iota of it is corrupt. It's all about compliance. Oh, you don't worship God. You don't follow this. You don't follow that. Oh, well, then, you're going to burn in hell. Oh, you'd be a good person in your whole life, but you don't suck my dick on your way up to the pearly fucking gates. Oh, well, then I guess, off to brimstone and fire for you. And then these people have the audacity to say that I am godly. Fuck you. You deserve to have your fucking balls chopped off and your dick stuffed up your ass.
So, to anybody who's watching right now, I would actually like you to rewind this entire rant. And every time Tyler says the F word, take a shot.
Oh, you're dead. Fuck. You're dead.
You'll last 30 seconds.
Oh boy, priests accused of.
Okay, stop looking at it, because now you're just like
members.
ranting, and we've gone so far beyond Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Like,
yeah. All right, let's get out of here. This pissed me off. I can't stand this type of shit. I see certain. Oh, okay, no, okay. All right. Oh, and yet the Catholics feel that they're on any type of moral standing. Oh, you poor fucking sad. Disgusting. All right, with that, let's get out of here. Yeah.
God.
Amber Heard's a piece of shit. Belle,
Bell's
you're well, it's been a piece of shit for a long time. It's just now that it's nice to see them, doing it more. But
a bunch of Catholic priests are a piece of shit. The Pope's a piece of shit. Everyone's a piece of shit. So, hope everyone's had a great week. My lovely piece of shits. I'm just kidding. Anyway, hope you've all had a fantastic week. I hope you all have a great weekend. Try not to be a piece of shit. And
not molesting kids.
Don't say that. You're not. I'm pretty sure the priests and the popes aren't listening. So just relax yourself. Anyway.
Well, if you are, priests, stop molesting kids. Can you stop that?
Buy some Vaseline. Just buy some Vaseline. You got a hand. Use the other hand. It'll be like a new person.
Yeah, and it won't be small. That's why they like kids, because their hands are small, so it makes their dick look. They're fucked up. Priests. All right, goodbye.
Oh my God. All right. Don't forget, you can check us out and all the things listed in the description box below. Super sorry about that. Fun little rant. And have a fantastic weekend.
My thing died.
I think it's a sign. Okay. Bye guys.